Howdy, Possum Patty and the Soggy Bottom Bunch here. And our special visitor has arrived. And this is Lucky, the Irish gnome. Yes, I love that orange beard, don't you? And he brought his little friend. This is Patrick, the Irish quirky bird. And of course, you remember Patty Opossum here, the Irish gnome, the other Irish gnome, and her little friend here, Birdie Bug. Quite a crew, quite a crew. Yes, it's getting kind of crowded here. And I'm just cleaning off the things. Yeah, I had it all set up for the live. Yes, all set up with my gesso and my matte medium. My brush, my pen. I've got a box of napkins down on the floor. I'm gathering it up together, so fingers crossed. I can do a live on Friday. Yes, I'm going to reschedule that live, making mixed media tags for next Friday. And yeah, I brought up all the supplies. These are all my napkins here. I got to put it over there. And my other supplies. And oh, I had it all ready to go. Ready to go. Got to get it out of the way. Yes, because I've got things everywhere. And I even prepped some of the fabric. Yes, making some tags here. I'll show you all that during the live. Yes, everything was set and ready to go. And then gale force winds. Yes, gale force. 50, 60 mile an hour winds only. But still strong enough to blow an old dead tree down right on the power lines. Yes, took them right down. I guess the town should go around and get rid of some of those old dead trees. As this happens all the time. I know, I say it and I say it again. Our electricity runs on candle power because as soon as the wind blows, candle goes out. Power goes out. Yeah. Well, I did a few things with the power out. Yes, I did. What's this? Oh, this is all from the page I was working on. I know, I left a mess. Where's the trash? Here it is. I left everything all over the place. We have a generator, but it doesn't run any electricity in this room. No, just necessary things, refrigerator, and the furnace and the well pump, things like that. So I sat by the window. I sat by the window and I did some sewing. Yes, I did. Oh, you all remember my vintage sewing journal, right? Well, I had everything in the pack right over there. Remember, I got it all ready for my first opportunity when I had a chance to sit down and do some stitching. And I said I was going to start with the inside of the cover. And I thought I would get it done yesterday. But it's almost done, but not quite finished yet. So the first thing I did was straight stitching across all the way down on the back fabric. And then I didn't do the pocket yet, but I stitched on 2 little butterfly applique doily lacy kind of things there. They were gifted to me. And in the middle, I just put a bunch of lavender X's. And on the front, this was so much fun. I went around and around and around and around with pink, and then with green, you can see it like down here. Most of it got covered up with the pocket, but that's okay. And I put the little heart applique with the bow with the little pearl there. And this is a vintage handkerchief, and I made a little pocket out of that. I still have to put some stitches here because this isn't sewn down all the way yet. And and finish the pocket on the back. But this is the inside cover. And so the next thing, I'll finish that up. And then I've got to stitch the whole outside of the cover. All these little pieces have to get stitched on. Like this. This is the front. Ooh, that's the front there. And then this is going to go inside here. Oh, the bubble wrap. Yes, the bubble wrap will go in. The bubble wrap will go in, and then this will go on. See, and that's the inside. And a little bit of blue is going to get folded down around the edges like that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So yeah, the inside is almost finished. Yes. Yeah, just sitting out in the other room by the window, doing some stitching, very relaxing. I didn't mind it all, except for I didn't get to do my live. No, very disappointed about that. Electricity came on late last night. They said it would be on by like 10 o'clock, but it came on before then. And so no problem there. Accomplishment, yes, I did accomplish something. And I also did some work in this journal. Remember, I was working on my little mice over here. So I'm going to show you that. I got to finish this journaling card for the next page. And, I'm supposed to be working on the pile of things in this box over here. Isn't this adorable? I'm just going to get this glued down in my Awesome Possum Journal. I hate to see it just floating around on the table, yes. So all these things I need to do while we welcome our new friends here. Yes, our new friends are getting very crowded here. Everybody, make some room, make some room. It was still windy today. Yes, it was still windy today. Oh, I was going to say, you'd think it was March. Well, it is March. I told Mr. Possum, got to get ready to go fly a kite. Yes, we do. That'll be an adventure. Maybe next week. Yes, maybe during the week. We'll go down to the park and fly some kites. I told him, get those kites ready. Okay, well, I think that's about enough yakking, right? Enough yakking. Let's do some journaling. Let's do some journaling. So let's get around to it. Let's get around to it. So, do you have some journaling to do? Or maybe you're just sitting back and relaxing. And I've got some cold water over there. I'm going to have some tea later on this evening. So I think we're ready. Yes, I do. So come on along. First, let me show you my finished page for my mice that I colored with my colored pencils from the book that Martha Makes Art sent me. Love them. I had to go over a little bit on the next page here. And you might recall that I said I was going to go down to the magical basement to find some mouse paper that was probably in my kitty pack. And I have 2, look at this, 2 packs of cat stuff. I got to get working on my kitty boho journal, don't I? Yes, I do. So I made a pocket with this striped paper to go with the mouse paper. I know it has kitty footprints, but there's little mice in there. And these are some slips from Amazon for the gift of the books. Oh, and I was looking in the buckets under the table. Where is it? And I was looking for a piece of floral paper to do the journaling card on it. And I liked this because it had the orange. And I thought, oh, that goes really nice with the orange and sort of the burnt orange there. And I was going to use this. And I was just flipping through this pack. And I think I got this at the flea market. I did not pay $7.99 for it. And I was like, oh, wait, look, colored pencils. Possum perfect. Possum perfect. Yes, possum. Oh, these things go everywhere. Possum. As much as I love this, it's so bright and colorful. I was like, oh, I have to use those colored pencils to make the journaling tag look, because I colored them in with colored pencils. And on the back, I took a strip of the colored pencil and I put it there. I put a picture of the books that Martha Makes Art, gifted me. And this was the little gift card that came with the gift of the 2 books. And I cut out a pencil. I had a pencil left over when I trimmed this. And I put one there. And I put one across there. And then I cut out a heart from the mouse and paw print. Like that. I love it. Simple, but I love it. Yes, it has all the elements. It's got the colored pencils and the books and the mouse and the little gift card right there. And I'm going to slip it in here so the colored pencils are peeking out like that. I love this spread, yes. Every page I do is so different from every other page, right? And so, yeah, look at this. This is from Nancy. I love this. Yes. And this is from Martha. This card is from Martha. And this one was from Cheryl. Did a collage garden there. And what I was doing was making a journaling card to put in this hot cocoa pocket over here. Because this is all about owls, right? Oh, I have that word owls. Whoops. Jumping around. I have that word owls. Where can I put this word owls? I could put right on there. I could put it on the back. Let's see how much room I have. Yes, because all I have to do is I cut this little scrap of paper here, one of the scraps from under the table. And all I want to do is journal about the barred owl that's in our neighborhood. And I could put this on here if I have enough room. And glue that on. And then this spread will be done. And the whole first signature is finished. This is all finished. It's full. Second signature, there's 1, 2. I want to color this in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's still a dozen pages left. About a dozen pages left, depending on how I do them. Yes. I thought it was almost done. Yes, I thought it was almost done, but that's okay. No rush. About, let's say 10, 12 pages. Because see, some of these little ones like this, I want to glue them down to a thicker page like I did this one. I glued this down to this page that the mice are on. And I'm just going to color it in. So it's just going to be a coloring page. So I might do something like that back here. That might get glued down to a larger page. January 2025. I spotted the barred owl outside the bathroom window first thing in the morning. A week later, Mr. Possum spotted him sitting on a branch on a tree on the side of the road nearby. I am going to just trim this up a little bit. And I'm going to either put it on here. Should I put it here? Kind of like it there because it really matches that, or on here. Really makes no sense there. It makes more sense there and more sense here. So I'm going to put it here. I'm just going to stick it there. All right. This is just magazine. So I probably just need my glue stick. Going to slip this into the pocket right there. And voila, the spread is finished. But I think I'm going to put this away for right now. For right now, yep, where's the little thing? Put this on the shelf. And let's look at the Awesome Possum Journal. This one hasn't been out in a while. Putting scraps under the table there. Awesome Possum. This is another fabric journal that I made. Has 2 signatures. The possum fabric was gifted to me. It's got fabric on the inside. It's got batting. And a lot of gifted possum things in here, yes. Nosy Posy possum book. Oh, and a little possum there. My possum dress. This is when I got my awesome possum dress. And this is Lala's granddaughter, Tori, with a rescue baby possum. This was gifted to me. These are pages from a possum book that was gifted to me. Possum tracks on the deck. Oh, there's the mourning dove. Possum with a little birthday hat. This possum was made by Michelle. It's when I got my possum ears. Look at the little possum there with the flower. Today is full of possibilities. Yes, it is. I am good, kitty. I love the sticker. Grumpy Cat says, absolutely not. Is there something on here? No. Some of these things have to get journaled on. Yes, they do. This was gifted to me, this possum book too. And this image of the giraffe and the possum. And this was drawn by Carol at Crinkle Path. A little possum patty thing there. So almost the first signature, except for that one journaling card. I should just find something possum to put on that journaling card, right? Oh, I was going to color this. This is from Lucy M. Just LM. So I have to do that and then put something on that card. I could leave that out because I have a bag of possum things. Where's my bag of possum things? Oh, I brought up the bag of kitty things, but not possum things. All right, I have to put that back in until I bring up the bag of possum things, yes. So this is the second signature. Is this journaled on? No, that's not journaled on either. I could just get that bag and fill this up. Live, laugh, scream. My screaming possums, yes. And this was about Kara. She drew this little possum there. Possum Patty, isn't that cute? So many possum things. Empty page there. This was gifted to me. I put the little possum on the pocket. Put a possum picture in there. More possum things that were gifted to me. Oh, that's cute. This was possum fabric too. All kinds of possum friends. Look at this. When in doubt, play dead. I read that to everybody, yeah. Here's a big possum. And this is a tuck. I can put something there. I don't have that many big pages left, do I? Ooh. I want to get this possum face in there somehow. What's my biggest page? These are like little tiny pages here. I got some big pages and some little pages. Okay, this big page is in the second signature. Look at it sticking out like that. I could put one on the first signature. Oh, this all kind of goes together so nicely. Oh, decisions. I drew all these white lines to match that possum over there. I covered this entire thing with all those white lines. Okay, back to work. I might cover that up, because this is about possums after all, right? Okay, what I'm thinking is, because I have this one giant card in the second signature, that I can make a second giant card, but in the first signature, and put as much of this possum on it as I could. She would be on the back of it. So I want something that matches this pink. Maybe, I don't know, let's see if I have a scrap. Well, I went down to the magical basement again, getting my exercise. Yes, I am. Well, I like this one. I wasn't sure if it would be large enough, but it looks like it is. It's got this really nice green on here that goes with that, and a little bit of pink. And I found this. I like this one too, because it's very dark back there, but yet it's got these really light pink flowers. Ooh, the dark color makes this pink really stand out. Let's see. But yet this green goes so nice with that. All right. Do you like choice number 1 or choice number 2? I'm going with the dark color. Sorry. I know. Okay. A lot of you were saying go with the light one. And I said I'm going with the dark one. All right, now this sticks way out there. I don't know if I'll make it quite that far. This is really hard. This is not going to be that hard. But I do want it to come out pretty far. Maybe like to there. Oh, I found some possum things. I got to put it in the possum bag. And how tall should we make it? Maybe. I got some really tall things in here. Ooh, let's see. Maybe about there. I'm going to round the top corners. And possum picture, please. Thank you. I got to do it this way. because it's going to be glued on like that. So make sure I get those gorgeous little ears in there. Oh, so the electricity went out. I was like, Mr. Possum, I got alive. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I kept my fingers crossed, like, the electricity will come back on. The electricity will come back on. And it didn't come back on. And now it's like 10:30. And I'm like, oh, how can I send a message to YouTube to cancel it? And I tried using my cell phone data, and it wouldn't work. I could not get anything on the internet on my cell phone data. I couldn't get anything. I could not get anything, no. Oh, it's like, oh, I got to do something. What am I going to do? So I tried, and now it's like almost noon. I'm supposed to be going live at noon. I'm sitting there at the kitchen table, and Mr. Possum's like, everybody's going to think you're not reliable. I'm like, no. Oh, no. What am I going to do? So he said, why don't you go down to the library and use their internet? I said, well, I can't do my live at the library. I said, but I can put out a message. And then I said, wait a minute, it's Friday, and our library is closed on Friday. I was like, oh. I said, well, I'm going to go into town. I told Mr. Possum, I'm going to go into town. He had to stay here because the generator was running, and he couldn't leave that. I said, I'll drive into town, and maybe, oh, I don't know, maybe there's a Dunkin' Donuts. We don't have a McDonald's. We don't have anything in this town, but we do have a Dunkin' Donuts. I said, maybe the Dunkin' Donuts, I somewhere, maybe they have like free Wi-Fi. Oh, there's a little cafe, and there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I said, I'll drive into town and drive around in town and see if I can find a spot so I can go on and tell everybody that I'm not going to be on. So I get in the truck and I drive down the road, this road, the dirt road, and then I get out to the secondary road there, and I'm driving down towards the main road, and big tree. There's yellow tape across the road. There's a big tree there, and it's hanging on the wires, big old dead tree at the end of the road. And then the wires were on the ground, so you couldn't get around it. They had the side blocked off. They had the road blocked off right at the end of the road. I was like, okay, 15 feet, I could be on the main road. And they didn't want you to go through because of the wires that were down. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? There's like one road into town, right? Oh, I'll have to go all the way around. Miles and miles and miles around. Okay, so I said, oh, I know. I'll go up to the other town. So I turned the truck around, drove all the way back past where I live and up another way and into the next town. I said, well, I know there's a McDonald's in the next town. Not that close, no, but I knew there was a McDonald's, and I knew they would have the Wi-Fi. So I said, well, it's worth it. It's worth it. So I drove all the way to the McDonald's, and I parked right next to the building. I didn't even go inside. No, I didn't even go inside. I parked right next to the building. I had my computer and my phone in the car, and I sat there. I sat there with the engine running to keep me warm. It was so windy. I was in our truck and parked right next to the building using their Wi-Fi, and I could feel the truck swaying like this every time the wind blew. I was like, whoa. It was still so windy. I was like, I probably shouldn't be out driving around too much, no, because I'm thinking maybe another tree might fall down somewhere and I won't be able to get back home. So all I did was I did a quick little note, cancellation. Oh, I uploaded the video I took of the tree down at the end of the road, right? And I put up a little notice. I was hoping everybody would get it. It's like, oh my. Yes, so I went out in the windstorm, driving all around looking for Wi-Fi. Oh, for my possum peeps. Yes, I missed my possum peeps. I had to do it. I had to do it. It's on a little crooked, but you know what? I'll just trim it up. I'm not going to try to get it off and put it down again. No, I'm not going to do it. I am so glad that the electricity came back on before we went to bed, because Mr. Possum has to get up in the middle of the night, keep checking on the generator if it's overnight. Now this still has to get glued down in here. I think that's good, because now this isn't the only thing sticking out like a sore thumb, right? At least I got a little bit more poking out there. Yeah, some of these pages are really small. I guess I was making a small journal and it's winding up to be a big journal. Okay, so now I've got to put glue here. Okay, so this is cardstock on cardstock. Yeah, so that's my story for today. Still windy today, yes. I didn't even think our special guest would arrive today. I think he had a little bit of a struggle though, yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, I think even a gnome can get blown over in the wind. But you know, they just get right back up again, yeah. Well, that is super fun, isn't it? Yes, super fun. A few more pages to go in this journal too. Stay down, stay down. 5, maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe 8, 9, 10. Just about the same in this journal as in this journal. Yeah, just about the same amount needs to be done in both of these journals. Well, now, I think that I just may be able to finish at least 2 journals in 2025. Maybe these 2, maybe. I know it's only the beginning of 2025, but, you know, I do have the other journals that I play in down there. Down there, yeah. But I have so many possum things. I could do a few more pages in here. And I do have some more happy mail that I could put in here. I found a few things the other day. I think I put them back under the table. And what was the other one? I have so many kitty things. I could probably fill that one up too. Anyway, no pressure, no pressure. Just fun. Just fun. It is a good feeling to finish something though. Yeah, it's fun to start something. And it's a good feeling to get things finished. Yes, it is. I don't make journals to sell. I don't make journals, you know, just to make journals. I make journals to journal in. So I'm happiest when I'm journaling in one of my journals. Yes, happy, happy. Of course, now I'm coming along on that vintage slow stitch journal, vintage sewing journal that I'm slow stitching, I should say, yes. And we've got some visitors here, looking very festive, looking very crowded back here. That's okay, we'll all fit in. We'll all fit in. I can move some of this stuff if I can. Ooh, this is my candy. Oh, my rock candy. Yes, okay. We'll make room. Ollie's back there, but we'll make some room, yes. Well, thanks for coming along today and happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. Did it seem like the cats in cat country were becoming more and more like people every day? Let's see how this story ends. At the World Cat Conference in Geneva, Leader Cat listened to the world cats all talking, and he didn't say a thing. Peace on earth, no wars, fair shares. But you're richer than we are. We'll help you out with some of our surplus if you're good. We would rather have money to buy what we want. You should be grateful to be offered anything. You said fair shares, but you're richer than we are. We earned it. We worked hard. We would work hard if we had any work. You're just lazy. We aren't. You are. We aren't. You are. We don't wish to speak to you any longer. Peace on earth. Leader Cat wondered what those last words meant, and then remembered that they were the same words the people used to use when it was cold and snow was on the ground. He saw that the cats at the conference were Harry Cat and Michelle Cat and Ti-Chien Cat, and those other cats who had talked together so much and then gone away. But they were much older now and all had suits. We're getting like people, said Leader Cat to himself. And he looked down at his polished shoes and sharp crease in his trousers, and he looked at his hands. For the first time he noticed he had fingers. The cats had, in fact, been growing more and more like people every day. It happened so slowly that they themselves hadn't really noticed. Very slowly, their fur had grown thinner and thinner, especially where their clothes rubbed against their skins. Very gradually, they all grew fingers, because the jobs they had to do got more and more complicated, and fingers really are quite useful articles when it comes to doing fiddly jobs, like writing things down and drafting minutes and agendas. At the same time, some of the people right at the bottom got more and more like cats, especially all the people that lived outside. In the winter, they felt the cold very badly. So gradually, they began to grow a warm, furry coat. Some of the indoor people that the cats employed didn't have to bother so much because they often earned enough to be able to buy and go and live in the old houses that the cats wouldn't dream of living in any longer. Sometimes those people could even afford to buy some clothes, or anyhow wear clothes discarded by the wealthier cats, especially if they had good jobs in cat houses. The good jobs for people were usually jobs that the cats wouldn't do anymore, so sometimes it was quite hard to tell people from cats. Leader Cat got old and tired and gray. He was pensioned off with Muty Cat to a small cottage that Muty Cat's grandmother had built ages ago. No one wanted it anymore, as it was very inconvenient and miles out in the country. Most cats like living in towns and cities now, as that was where everything was. What's wrong with us all, Muty, said Leader Cat one evening after they'd been pottering about the garden all day. We're all afraid, said Muty Cat rather vaguely, afraid for our own skins mostly. But what of, said Leader Cat. People were always afraid too. What were they afraid of? Well, when you listen at town meetings now, said Muty Cat, you'd think that every cat was afraid of some other cat being better and thought more important or getting more money. They do nothing but fight like people. Was it just money that did that? I don't know, said Muty Cat. Money and wanting things all the time. Even now, I don't know what went wrong. I don't suppose the people knew either, do you? Perhaps not, said Leader Cat, rubbing his gnarled old fingers, which hurt a bit because he'd got rheumatism in his old age, and there's nothing much you can do about rheumatism. Perhaps it'll always be the same. Perhaps people never meant any harm, sighed Mutie, even to us. Perhaps they were just foolish. They went into supper. All over England, the end of another day had come. Cats were coming home from work. Cats were having their evening meal. Cats were laughing, crying, smiling, eating, quarreling, cheating, lying, loving, dying, frowning, belching, kissing, in fact, doing all the things that they had always done. And on the hearts the people slept, their eyes never quite shut, taking it all in. The end.